Singapore to study for a couple of years and then came back here. So yeah,
Oh, so he's from where you from?
I'm from Israel.
Oh, okay, okay. So your friend came here to study and he went back there?
And then he came back. I'm not sure. I think it was because of his father's work. Uh, his father like works in some agency there that's like multinational, so they moved there for a couple of years. I'm not sure.
Are you now doing a podcast?
What?
Are you doing a podcast now? So I can see
No, no,
big mic a bit.
no, no. I'm not. I'm not. It looks expensive, like professional, but it's really cheap. Uh,
Okay. Uh,
uh,
can I ask something?
yeah, sure. Go ahead.
What do you think about the Israeli conflict over there?
The Israeli conflict. You mean the Israel-Palestine conflict?
Uh-huh.
Well, it's kind of a complex issue. If you ask me, firstly, it's really a shame that civilians suffer on both sides. There's civilian casualties on both sides, so it's really unfortunate. Um, if you ask me, there's no like good side, inherently good or bad side. I think it's a gray area on both sides. It's such a complex issue. It's like it's like the civil war in Syria. There's so many different like intricate players and so many proxy groups and stuff like that from both sides. So it's really, really hard to make a decision because there's a lot of bad and a lot of good done from both sides, I think, generally. There's no like pure good or pure evil, in my opinion. But I have an actual. I think I have like a hot take that not a lot of people like agree with me. Um, I think that the fucking political leaders, the military leaders, and the fucking religious leaders on both sides. I mean, on the Israeli side and on the Palestinian side, are loving this conflict. They're super pro conflict. They don't want to stop it. Like because they're getting so much foreign funding, and of course, a lot of it is going straight into their pockets. A lot of like political control as well and religious control. So they fucking love the conflict.
Yeah,
So unfortunately, it's gonna stay that way, in my opinion.
yeah. I heard that the US fund about $10 million per day, right?
Yeah, they have like a lobby in the US which is called APAC, and it's like Israeli aid something I don't remember, and it sends like billions of dollars to Israel here, and it's an industry. People are getting rich off of it, and for most people on the top, like money is more important than morals or human lives. So they don't really care if a couple Palestinian children die or if a couple Israelis like get their homes fucking destroyed by missiles or stuff.
So
Uh,
why do you think the US is funding Israel?
wow, it goes back like for a long time back. It goes like a long time back. It's back when the U.S. took control of the Middle East, when it started with Saudi Arabia and with the oil like drilling and put its first military base there, and then like when it expanded and replaced the fucking leader in Iran, I think with their own leader and stuff like that. And then when the Israeli governments decided to declare independence, they thought it was really convenient that they have like a proxy state here in the Middle East. That will be their ally, and because they didn't have like any allies here, they only had like business partners. So they it started by funding it back then, and I think it's like became a tradition, and now there's a lot of lobbying around it, and it's mostly like based on money for a lot of lobbyists and high top percent politicians. um,
So
yeah,
how can the US benefit by helping Israel, which got nothing to do with
having Israel,
yeah.
how can it benefit? Well, it's a hard question. I'm not really good at geopolitics, but I'd imagine there's like a lot of like uh, military contracts and a lot of like maybe brain drain or education that goes both ways. And maybe they want like generally to make a more Western Middle East. I'm not sure actually. It's a really hard question because I'm not really good at geopolitics. Um,
Do you believe in a solution to end this war?
Unfortunately, I don't feel like that this will be there will be any change. I think it will be like as it's been for since this place became a country, I guess, from this independence of Israel, because there's, as I said, there's too much people on top that love the situation right now, and they have a lot of preventive measures against it. So I don't feel like it will change.
What do you think about the your new prime minister? Is it better or is it worse?
What do you mean? You mean which
I
one?
heard the Netanyahu is going to step down and
Yeah,
someone is going to
Netanyahu. Yeah, I know Netanyahu is stepping down, but right now it's not official. There's a lot of contenders. First, there's if you heard Bennett, Lapid, and
yeah.
Mansour Abbas came together, and but Netanyahu stepped down, and he wanted to make another guy. I don't remember his name actually because I don't follow politics here in Israel too closely. But he's like. So it's I'm not sure what's happening. There's no like official prime minister yet. But I don't feel strongly anyway. I mean, I usually look like an inside policies, like fiscal policies, financial policies, and stuff like that. And if you look at that and disregard the whole conflict, Netanyahu was pretty good at that, I'd imagine, because but I don't know. There's a lot of controversy, but I mean, nothing will change. That's the reality. Nothing will change.
Yeah.
If you're looking to change a prime minister to change like the Israeli-Palestinian situation, it will not change ever. I'll be honest with you because
So
even the most
yeah.
left parties, the like left liberal parties, are supporting the fucking conflict. Like supporting like Jewish settlements and supporting like the fucking military programs around Gaza and stuff like that.
From
But
what
the
I
only
heard,
thing that will change, I think, it's only like insider policies, like fiscal policies, maybe taxation, stuff like that, but nothing regarding the conflict.
internal policies you mean?
What?
Internal policies you mean?
Hmm.
Mm.
Not sure.
Yeah. So from what I heard, the new upcoming prime minister is much worse than the current prime minister.
Much worse.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I don't know.
He said something on the media about he will never give a two-state solution. There will never be a Palestinian state and all that. So would you agree
Yeah,
that
but I think that's all of them. Like, okay, think like that. Okay, think like you're in Israeli, not radical, but you've been born in Israel. That's I'm not giving myself like an example because I'm like a bit different. But if you've been born in Israel and if you've been fed, it's like this state is the Jewish state or whatever. Okay, and then you have a fucking prime minister that says, "Oh, I'm supporting giving land to the Palestinians and like making this two-step solution." He's not gonna get any support, and he's not gonna even pass the fucking requirement to get into the municipal the Knesset, the governing municipality. So I think it's like a requirement here, a political requirement, because otherwise you lose a lot of support from voter support here. So
but
I don't know.
if, don't you think that having a two-state solution would have a slight chance of reducing the war, reducing the casualty?
No, no way, no way. Because I'll tell you what. Because Israel, the Israeli people, it's really influenced by the media. The media here in Israel, the media on both sides is really polarizing. The media here in Israel is basically saying, oh, you know, all your problems right now is because of the Palestinian people. They usually like vilify the Palestinian people, and same on the Palestinian side. If you like watch Palestinian programs, it comes down to, oh, all your problems right now it's because of the Israeli state. And there's a lot of radical groups on both sides, and there's a lot of extremists. So a two-state solution will not make peace. No way. It will only make more borders for clashes between the both sides. So I think the only way is only to make an either all Palestinian state here, like move everyone the fuck out, or or I think what is right now, like to leave it as is, because I don't think a two-state solution will help any in any way.
But if you say that you just leave it as it is, it's going to happen again in the future, just like it's been happening since 1948. So there wouldn't be any, something that is right to be done. So maybe I don't know. Maybe two-stage solution is a stepping stone, to get on the right route.
Uh, I don't know. I'm not sure. I think it's only a stepping stone to make the conflict even worse, because when you like start giving the land back and forth, like the same ways Israelis are like capturing eastern Jerusalem right now, like this Israeli government. I think it only makes the conflict worse. Like imagine if you're like an Israeli radical and the government now decides there's a two-state solution, and the place you live in right now you have to evacuate and go live in